And then Brian Gutekunst got up in front of reporters this afternoon. And Goody, I love the man. He is not exactly a fireworks show at a podium. He talks slow. He chooses every word like he is diffusing something. But what Goody says is always where the story is. He said they tried to get Zaire Franklin years ago. Years ago, Pack Nation. That is not a panic move. That is a front office that identified a player, waited for their moment, and got him. And they got him for Colby Wooden, the exact same guy who went to Indianapolis and said the Colts had a better scheme for him. You cannot script this better. You send away the malcontent. You get back the leader. Goody did a 2-for-1. He upgraded the position and cleaned out the energy problem at the exact same time. Are you hearing this? Zaire Franklin, all-pro caliber, middle linebacker. The man had, I want to say, 160. No, it was closer to 170-something combined tackles last season. One of the top linebackers in the whole NFL. He walks into that Green Bay defensive huddle alongside Edgerrin Cooper and Javon Bullard. And those young guys are going to see in real time what it looks like to care about your job every single rep. You cannot manufacture that at the combine. Javon Hargrave, Goody said he talked to Jonathan Gannon first because Gannon coached him. That is what a functioning operation looks like. You bring in a new coordinator, you ask him which veterans he trusts, and then you sign them. Hargrave is 33 years old and plays with the intensity of a guy trying to make the roster because he loves the game, because he has never been the guy checking out in the fourth quarter, worrying about his snap count. That is the energy walking into this locker room. Now, I want to talk about the offensive line because Goody said something about Sean Ryan and Jordan Morgan, and I need you to appreciate it. Ryan at center, Goody said they realized in the second half of last season the man could play that spot at a very high level. He was right there the whole time, playing guard. And then they slide him over, and suddenly the puzzle piece clicks. You know what that reminds me of? Stay with me, like a relay team that has been running their best guy in the wrong leg all season. And finally, in week 12, they move him to the ankle leg, and suddenly they are posting times that make everyone rewind the tape. Same athlete, different spot, right there the whole time. That is Sean Ryan. They found his route. And in 2026, he is going to anchor that line while Jordan Love runs the offense the way it was supposed to run last year. Jordan Morgan, 2024 first-round pick. Bounced from guard to right tackle to left tackle everywhere. That man has been waiting for somebody to plant the flag and say, this is your job. Go get it. Left tackle. That is his flag now. Roll clarity. See how it all comes back? That is the thread running through everything LaFleur and Gutekunst said in Phoenix today. Roll clarity, communication, veteran leadership. The talent was never the problem. Jordan Love is there. The young core is there. Franklin, Hargrave, Benjamin St. Juste at corner, Sky Moore on special teams. They are all there. New special teams coordinator, Cam Accord, who learned from arguably the greatest coach in NFL history. Every piece is in place. The missing ingredient was a locker room that knew its job and played 4 full quarters with the same energy it had in the first. And that is what they fixed. That is what the day was about. The late game collapses were not talent collapses. They were culture collapses. And the culture is being rebuilt right now in March before a single snap has been played. Do I know for certain this all works out? I do not even know what I'm having for dinner. But a head coach who tells the truth in March is worth more to me than one who blames the scheme in January. LaFleur told the truth today. The moves back it up. In 2026, Jordan Love plays behind a settled line with veteran leaders patrolling the locker room, with the coordinator who has already been a head coach, and with a team that has been told clearly, here is your role, now go earn it. You want to know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like a team that is going to finish some fourth quarters. Subscribe to the show, Pack Nation. Leave us a review. This is Let Me Tell You Something on the Packernet Podcast Network. I am Big Sal from Peshtigo, and we are not done.
Let me tell you something, Pack Nation.
I just got done watching Matt LaFleur talk to reporters at the NFL annual meeting in Phoenix, and I got to be honest with you, I got a little emotional. Not crying emotional. Sal does not cry. But I got that thing. You know that thing where a guy finally says out loud what everybody already knew, and it hits you right in the chest. LaFleur got up there today. Year 8, just got his extension, ecstatic, his exact word. And he said, I am paraphrasing, but I am not exaggerating. He said some guys were unhappy about their roles last year, and it took a toll on this football team. There it is. The head coach said it out loud in front of reporters in Phoenix, Arizona. Now look, coaches say nice things at the annual meeting every year. It is like going to your neighbor's graduation party. You smile, you eat the potato salad, you say everything is great, everybody is fine. But LaFleur did not do that today. LaFleur walked up to that podium and said, listen, I got to be honest. We had problems, and those problems were not all scheme problems. Some of those problems were suiting up on Sundays and checking out when the fourth quarter got hard. He did not name anybody. He is too classy for that. I am not that classy. I am a large man from Peshtigo, Wisconsin, who once ate 7 brats at a Packer tailgate and then argued about zone coverage for 4 straight hours. Classy is not my thing, but Pack Nation, you connect the dots with me here. Stay with me. Quay Walker signs with the Raiders, and at his introductory press conference, Pack Nation, he says his new coaches are going to use him the right way. The right way. You let that sentence hang in the air like that, you are throwing shade. That is a man telling the world he felt disrespected in Green Bay. And I get it from a human standpoint, but you were a Green Bay Packer. You were supposed to bleed green and gold and die on that hill. Instead, you took your ball and went to Las Vegas. Las Vegas. And Colby Wooden, bless him, literally said after the trade that he played out of position last year and that the Colts were getting him into a better scheme. You know what that means? He knew it the whole season. He was in that building, in uniform, playing a spot he did not love. And instead of grinding through it, the energy dropped. And you know what happens when the energy drops on a defense late in the fourth quarter with a lead to protect? You know exactly what happens. Cleveland, Dallas, Carolina, Philly, Chicago. Chicago twice. A playoff loss to the Chicago Bears. Now, I want to say something, and I need you to hear me. Some people look at what LaFleur said today, and they think, Sal, this is bad news. The locker room was broken. This franchise is in trouble. And to those people, I say, with all the love in my heart, you are reading this completely backwards. This is not a disaster story. This is a cleanup story. Stay with me because this is going to land. You know when you have got a toolbox, good set, everything you should need, and somewhere around month 4, one of the sockets goes missing, not broken, just gone. And you keep working because the rest of the sockets mostly do the job. But there is always that one repair, the one that counts, where you need the piece that is not there. So the work gets done, just a little wrong. Just enough wrong that when the moment is critical, when the game is on the line in the fourth quarter, the whole thing is off by a quarter turn. That is what happened in this locker room last year. The talent was in the drawer. Jordan Love, the young core, the edge rushers, but the communication, that one socket that holds the whole operation together went missing. And in the fourth quarter, you felt every inch of it. LaFleur knows it. He said it today. And more important, he is fixing it. He brought in Jonathan Gannon as defensive coordinator, former Cardinals head coach, former Eagles DC who took Philadelphia's defense to the Super Bowl. Pack Nation, this man has sat in the chair. He has managed veteran egos and snap count complaints and late season locker room drama at the highest level and come out the other side. LaFleur said today he loves having someone to bounce things off of, a guy who has already been responsible for the whole operation. You know what that is? That is not a scheme hire. That is a culture hire. And when this locker room needed a culture hire more than anything else in the world, they went out and got one. I am telling you, Pack Nation, something changed today.